Hey everybody, welcome back. I know I just put up a video yesterday, but I was sitting here this morning and I was doing my Oracle cards, pulling cards for me. Okay, it's Friday, August 2nd. I'm pulling cards for like the end of the week for me. And Spirit said, I pulled up my deck and I said, did you want me to pull cards from this deck? I kept getting drawn to this deck. This is the deck that I use for my Trump readings, my political readings, but I use it for personal readings too. And my pendulum said, "Yeah, I want you to pull some cards. Okay, this is what I use to help me make decisions on what cards to pull." And it told me that I was going to be doing a personal reading, and I thought personal reading meant me. Well, no, it meant it wanted me to do another Trump reading. So I'm going to do this on the fly. I started going through here and getting some very interesting messages. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I was not prepared to do a video today. I didn't even do my hair. So I said, yeah, I'm going to stop and I'm going to go ahead and just go and do this and record a video. So here's the reading. Some of the cards you can't see as usual, but these are the cards I got. And what's really interesting is I had just been thinking, the next time I do a video for my channel, I'm going to do it start to finish. I'm going to show the viewers exactly how I pick these cards and how I read them. Well, I didn't, obviously, you didn't get to see me pick the cards today, but I wish I had been recording because it was really quite interesting. It was a really good pick today. The cards just popped. So at the center of this reading, let's just jump right in, is the moon. And it's crossed by what we saw yesterday, the Ten of Wands. Only in this reading, the Ten of Wands does not mean that the wands are being lifted off of the back. They're being put there. So let's just start with this first. This is the center of the reading, the moon. What I got from this card, again, very interesting. Typically the moon is treachery and secrets being revealed. But what I focused in on were the bats. There's these bats coming out from the center of this circle around the moon or in front of the moon. It's like a mirror where everything is clear and light through the circle. You see those rays of light coming through? What I got was that these bats are evidence coming through, excuse me, providing clarity about the crimes that Donald Trump has committed and shedding light, the light on those crimes and on those lies. So it doesn't really have it. I mean, it does have stuff to do with treachery and lies and secrets, but that's not what I'm getting. It's like this is saying that evidence is coming forward. These bats are bringing evidence forward, shedding light on crimes and lies and deceit. The crossing energy is rather than yesterday when the wands were, the burden was being taken off the backs of the women in yesterday's reading, it's these wands are being placed on Donald Trump's back. It's becoming a greater and greater burden with all the evidence that's coming forward against him. And as more and more evidence continues to come forward and shed light on his crimes, a greater and greater burden is going to be placed on his back. And then again, there's the light. There's that light still shining down. Even though that burden is there, this light is shining the truth down and pushing those wands harder and harder down on his back. Okay, so we've got a burden. I only read so far before I started this video, so I'm a little scared to get into some of these later cards because I haven't actually used the pendulum to see if I was right. I actually haven't used the pendulum on the others either. I'm just basically going on straight intuition, which is really what my oracle cards this morning were telling me to do anyway, was to start trusting my intuition and kind of leap fearlessly forward, because this is where I'm going to be growing. Apparently I'm going to have some serious growth by doing this. So this is good timing. Okay, at the base of this reading is the Eight of Cups. Typically, the Eight of Cups is about walking away from unfinished business. You're walking away from something. I have also gotten the Eight of Cups for myself when I'm reading, because as a writer, I always see it as going off to the writing cave. And when authors refer to when they go to work and write, they're going into their writing cave to write. So that's what this card means for me. Now, in this reading, it's not what I got. And this is when I decided, about here is when I decided I needed to stop and do this reading kind of on the fly with y'all. All right. At the bottom here is like a checkerboard pattern floor, like a chessboard. Okay. And all these cups, I got a very ominous feeling from these cups that are here. It almost felt like Trump is back here, where I'm sitting. Like if I'm sitting here, well, in front, whatever. It feels like Trump is looking into this card, like you all are. And all of these cups are closing in around him and putting him in checkmate on the chessboard of life. And this figure, it didn't feel right that he was walking up the stairs, because I'm like, Donald Trump wouldn't be walking up. And then all of a sudden it hit me, he's backing down these stairs. He's moving backward, like, I'm done. Kind of like, this isn't working. Now, this is all figurative, not literal. But this is showing that at the base of this reading, there's a part of him in there that is starting to go, maybe this isn't for me. Because all of this is closing in and putting him in checkmate. And he's like, okay, got to get away. And you can't help but to notice, and I keep being drawn to the moon, everything goes back to that full moon and that lunar eclipse on July 16th and 17th. That started all of this, okay? Past. In the past position, we have the Knight of Wands. What I got from this is that in the past, he has made some really reckless mistakes that this card is like, this is strong, fiery, inspired action. And he was very inspired by his hate and his need to stir up fear and feed off of people's fear, and then also feed people fear to make them do what he wanted them to do. The problem with this card is, in this case, he didn't think it through. So he got out there and took this fiery, inspired, angry, hateful, fearful action and didn't think it through. Didn't stop to think, how is this going to end for me? How is this going to turn out in the future? So that's the past. Very reckless, thoughtless actions that are now coming back to haunt him. Okay? All right. And that actually is where I stopped before I decided I was going to come on and do this reading. So from here on out, we're doing this on the fly. I might pull out the pendulum and see what the pendulum has to say about certain cards. And if I do, we'll just go with it. At the top of the reading, we've seen this card before. This is my matrix card, the red pill or the blue pill. Okay. Trump had a choice to make. A couple of readings ago, you saw me break down when I was talking about, I think, this card or some other card. Trump had a choice. Do you want to take the red pill and take, or you want to take the blue pill? You want to go blue and be a good guy? It just popped into my mind. Isn't that interesting? Red is Republican and blue is Democrat. He chose to go red, and not just to go to the Republican ticket, but to make a wrong choice. And he chose, and in that previous reading that I did where this card came up, he chose to become the devil, not just to be with the devil and cavort with the devil. He decided that, yeah, I'm going to be the devil. So he made a choice. That's his choice. In the near future, this card came up yesterday. As I was laying these cards out, I was like, these cards aren't for me. Spirit, why'd you say this is a personal reading for me? This is a Trump reading again. And I knew it was a Trump reading the moment I got this card, which we'll get to in a moment. So this card came up in yesterday's reading, the Palace of Swords. This particular deck does have 4 extra cards in it, and they're kind of like house cards for each suit: swords, wands, cups, and pentacles. And for this near future, what I said yesterday, I think this still holds true. What I'm getting is this is still the case here. In his near future, it's going to be a lot of court cases and truth coming out. Bigly. That's going to become a word. That's going to be his one big contribution to the world. It's the word bigly. Woo! So, bigly truth coming out that he's not going to be able to stop in a lot of court cases in the near future. At the base, or not at the base of the reading, I'm sorry, the Self card, the 6 of Wands, the Victory card. He thinks, look at him go. He thinks he's all that in a bag of chips. Look at me. I am the emperor. I am the victor. I am the king. That's what he thinks of himself. All right. This is awesome because this is the environment. It's like, dude, you might think you're all that, but this is what's going on around you, and this is your tower about ready to fall. So we had this card come up yesterday in the final outcome, and here it comes in the environment. So today, I haven't pulled the Tower card for Donald Trump in a while. I've pulled 10 of Swords. I've pulled the Death card. I've pulled the Devil card. The Tower has now come up in the last 2 readings I've done for Donald Trump. It came up as the final outcome yesterday, and today it comes up as his environment. Major arcana, can't avoid it. It's coming, and it's in his environment, and it's in his final outcome. Dude, you ain't the victor. But he is delusional, and he thinks he is. This is the card I might have to pull out the pendulum on, just to bear with me on this. This is the 5 of Coins. It comes up in the hopes and fears. Let me just look at this a second and see what I get. This is the out in the cold card. But for some reason, it just kind of like hit me weird when I looked at it and thought, what's the hope and the fear here? Is it so obvious that I'm trying to overthink it? His hope. His fear is that he's going to be out in the cold. Even though on the outside, he's showing the world this, and then there's a part of him that really does think that he's the dude, the man with the plan. Deep down, his fear is that he's going to be out in the cold. And I'm sorry if you keep hearing something hit the table. It's my St. Michael pendant. It keeps hitting the table. But anyway, I think his deep-seated fear is that he is going to be out in the cold, that he is going to lose everything. And whether he fears it or not, that's what this card is saying, is that he is going to lose everything. And the party's going to be going on inside, and he's no longer going to be invited because he's no longer going to be relevant. He's no longer going to have a place and a voice in society because his name is going to be dirt. That's what this card is saying. Is there anything else this card is saying? Let me just see if the pendulum wants me to see if there's anything else. Is there? I'll let you watch how this works, and hopefully you can see my pendulum. Spirit, is there anything else you want me to get from this card? I'm getting that this card is saying that Donald Trump fears he's going to be out in the cold, that he will be out in the cold, that he's going to lose everything. His name's going to be dirt. Is there anything else you want me to get from this card? Oh, I knew it. That's a yes. So there's something else about this card, and I don't know what it is. It's not just going to be him. It's going to be the family. the family is going to be out in the cold. They're going to lose it all, not just him, but the family and Jared. Is that what you want me to get? Is there anything else you want me to get from this card? Yes. Yes, there is. Something to do with these pentacles. It's something to do with the coins. That the money trail. He fears that they're gonna find all of the evidence about the money. They're gonna find his money crimes, his financial crimes. Is that right? Is there anything else you want me to get from this card? And that is a no. I got it. Okay. So that's what this card is saying. I knew there was something more. Okay, that's what no looks like, by the way. So I knew there was something more. So you got that, right? So this is saying that his fears, they're going to find his financial crimes. They're going to find the evidence of his crimes that he's committed in finance and business. So it's not just him being out in the cold, it's the family being out in the cold, the Trump name turning to dirt, and the financial crimes coming to light. That's the light. Okay? That's what I typically do. And the reason why there's a reason. See how it takes a while. So there's a reason why I don't do that live on camera for you guys, because I don't want you to have to sit there and watch me pontificate over what these cards mean. But I do want to do that in a video just so you can see how it works and see how it goes. And if you think it's interesting, put it in the comments. Yeah, I like that. Let's see a reading like that. And that'll encourage me to dig in and do that real soon. Final outcome of this reading is the Knight of Swords. This is truth riding in on the white stallion. This is like Lone Ranger, woohoo, only with a sword. The knight in the shining armor coming in to save us all with the truth and justice and thought. The swords are all about kind of the mind and thinking, and this is somebody smart. The King of Swords is usually my Muller card, my Justice card, but we've got this Knight coming forward. The Knight has more energy than the King does. So this is somebody that's going to have a lot of fast, like whoosh coming in and with the sword raised and bringing the truth down. And the qualifier for the outcome is the Queen of Cups. And we see everybody, all these readers that I watch, and even me, Queen of Cups just continues to come up in Trump readings. And if you've seen any of my other videos, what I finally realized the Queen of Cups represents is all of the women, not just one woman, but all of the women who Trump abused, whether they were little girls when he abused them, because my last reading made it pretty clear that that's the case, or these were grown women that he, like Stormy Daniels, paid, these women that he had affairs with and paid off or mistreated, even like Ivana, his first wife. I think she was his first wife, where she said that he raped her. Because that can happen. Just because you're married does not mean you can always have consensual sex. I mean, if she doesn't want it and he takes it anyway, that's, technically rape. And she said that happened. So these are all of the women that he has mistreated, all of the women that he has abused. They're going to play bigly, there's that word again, into justice coming down on top of him. Okay? So that is this Trump reading let's just call it a pop-up Trump reading that happened today, because I was not expecting it. I thought this was going to be a reading for me, and it wasn't. Thanks, Spirit. They tricked me into doing a Trump reading for you guys, but I hope that helps you out. If you do want to, like I said before, if you do want to see me do a full reading from start to finish with my pendulum, where I'm picking the cards and everything, then just let me know in the comments and we'll see what happens. I hope you enjoyed it. And if there's anything else that you want me to try to read on, my spirit typically dictates to me what I read on. I could ask and see if they want to do a reading on it. And if they do, I will throw the cards, as they say. So if there's something you want me to read on, not personally, no personal readings, but if it's politically inclined or politically related, that would be fine. I don't read on celebrities. That's just not my bag. So I read on things that really have an impact on the world and on people. So I don't read on celebrities. I don't follow celebrities. That's just not my thing. Okay. And to be honest, I actually feel like that type of entertainment where like keeping up with the Kardashians and that kind of thing, I actually get the feeling that that is starting to go away, that people are becoming very disillusioned with that. I just saw an advertisement for this new thing coming out for NASCAR wives. And my husband and I both were just like, oh boy, what's this? And he's a NASCAR fan, not tried and true, but he likes to watch, he likes to follow some of the races and see what's going on. We don't sit down and watch the races every week that they're on. We just don't have time. But he's interested in it. So, but he saw that commercial and he thought, ugh, NASCAR is going down the tube if they're resorting to doing a reality show on NASCAR wives. And I just said to him when I saw that commercial, yeah, I said, I'm a little disappointed to see that because I really feel like society is getting tired of this, seeing these rich, wealthy people kind of flaunt their money around and talk about their problems like they're really big problems. And we've got people out there in the world who struggle to pay the rent working 2 and 3 jobs a week, and working 20 hours a day and getting 4 hours of sleep at night. Those are problems. Somebody who's wearing, couture dresses every single day and lives in a $5 million mansion, eating caviar every night, they've got problems, but they're not the kind of problems I'm really interested in watching on TV. So anyway, that was my digression. That's it. At 2222 there, it just passed, so that's a great number to see. I'm into numerology, by the way. So have a wonderful day. I love you all, and hope that reading gave you a little more reassurance. Love and blessings. Bye-bye.